Secretary of State Antony Blinken visits Tel Aviv as Israeli airstrikes and Hamas attacks claim thousands of lives.
And fewer Americans than usual are preparing to roll up their sleeves as pharmacies roll out updated vaccines.
I'm here at the State Fair Auto Show, where tradition meets the future.
Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is ntTV Nightly News.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us on ntTV Nightly News. I'm Isabella Quintanilla.
And I'm Grant Greenlee. More than 2,700 people have died on both sides of the Israeli-Hamas war, and now the U.S. government is confirming at least 27 Americans are among the dead. Besides these casualties, dozens of people, including some Americans, are among hostages being held by Hamas. Secretary of State Antony Blinken is in Israel now, and CNN's Laura Aguirre has the latest on his visit. A caution, some details may be disturbing for some viewers.
There is no excuse. There is no justification for these atrocities. This must be a moment for moral clarity.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken in Tel Aviv Thursday, meeting with Israeli leaders and survivors of Hamas's bloody attacks on thousands of civilians this week.
First priority are our friends and family that are now in Gaza.
More than 100 hostages, Americans among them, are being held by Hamas. Their exact whereabouts in Gaza unknown. And with another wave of Israeli airstrikes raining down on Gaza Thursday, fear for their safety worsens.
They use hostages as human shields, and they're very willing to give the hostages up to be sacrificed.
We're doing everything we can to secure the release of the hostages, working closely with our Israeli partners.
Hamas is ISIS. And just as ISIS was crushed, so too will Hamas be crushed.
The Prime Minister's office released more evidence of barbaric acts by Hamas militants, including photographs of burned infants. Images that have other Israeli officials pushing back against concerns that Israel's retaliatory strikes are killing civilians in Hamas-run Gaza.
It was an unprovoked attack, a major massacre against civilians. We have no other choice.
We stand with Israel in its determination to do everything possible to ensure that what happened on Saturday never happens again.
I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Now here in North Texas, we are actually in need of some rain as we have been in a drought for 11 weeks now.
Yes, and there is a fire ban here in Denton, believe it or not. Let's head over to our weather anchor, Kate Klein, to see if there's any rain in the forecast. Kate?
Yeah, Grant and Isabel, unfortunately, we don't have any rain in the forecast right now, but as we look across Denton right now, it is a pretty mild 80 degrees, feeling like 83 with strong winds of 18 miles per hour and bright and sunny. As we look toward tonight, though, things are going to get cooler as we have a 68 degrees as the temp, feeling like 69 with winds still pretty strong at 15 miles per hour. Going to have a mix of clear skies and clouds tonight. As we look towards tomorrow, things are going to heat up to what it was today. It is going to be 80 degrees, feeling like 79 because we're going to have colder winds coming in, still strong at 14 miles per hour and bright and sunny skies. That's all I have for weather right now, but stay tuned for your 7-day forecast.
Thanks, Cade. Now, across the United States, drug overdoses have continued to increase every month, but now the pace appears to be slowing. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that more than 112,000 people died from drug overdoses last year. That's an increase of more than 2,700 from the previous year. Despite that increase, however, these numbers are still lower than the increases we saw in the first months of the COVID pandemic. One concern is the current information may be skewed, however. According to the CDC, some states have experienced longer delays in submitting drug overdose deaths. We will keep you updated as we receive more information. Many places in Texas are joining the fight against drug overdose deaths. UNT's Health Science Center in Fort Worth held an opioid and fentanyl awareness event today. The event taught people how to use the life-saving drug Narcan to reverse the impact of overdoses. Texas Governor Greg Abbott has pledged $10 million to distribute Narcan to every county in the state as a part of his One Pill Kills campaign. ntHSC has also created a website with helpful resources for anyone who is struggling with addiction.
Worries rise in Denton and worldwide, but a new COVID vaccine sparks curiosity amidst post-pandemic life. The fight against COVID almost certainly looked like an impossibility. That was until Novavax made its way onto the scene. Novavax is a newer, more effective booster shot that's making promising developments against the battle with COVID-19. The number of COVID-related cases in the past few months have increased due to the new Omicron variant. And while deaths caused by this new variant are at a steady zero, the virus itself, as many know, can be very unpredictable. I spoke to DeAndre Jones, head of media relations at Baylor Scott & White, to give more insight into this newest COVID-related concerns.
The reason why we have additional vaccines is because, as you know, variants or different variations of that disease will change, similar to flu. This is why we get additional vaccines each year. And so it's important to make sure that each year, especially as we go into the colder months, that you stay up to date on those vaccines, because again, the goal is to keep you out the hospital and decrease the chances of severe illness and sickness.
Currently, places like CVS, Walgreens, and Walmart are offering COVID vaccinations to those who are interested in getting one. As of right now, only 7 million Americans have received the newly updated COVID-19 vaccine. This is a huge drop compared to the 18 million people who received the updated vaccine this time last year. The vaccines have been completely updated to target the coronavirus variants going around. Some health experts have gone so far as to say it's not so much a booster, but a whole new immunization. Although 14 million vaccines have been shipped to pharmacies and vaccination sites, there have been reports of shortages. The vaccine has also now shifted to the private market, which means there are some issues with whether insurance covers it.
COVID-19 is not the only virus that has spiked concern so far. There has been a few cases recorded in the Denton area of the West Nile virus. There is many preventions that can be taken to shield yourself from the mosquito-borne illness. ntTV Nightly News' Eva Caldera has more information.
Thank you, Bella. As the temperature drops and fall season approaches, we should also be expecting mosquito season. With that being said, these critters also bring with them borne illnesses such as the West Nile virus. To protect and prevent yourself from the illness, DCPH advises you to take the following 3 precautions. Minimize bodies of standing water in your yard, dress in long-sleeve clothing when outside, and lastly, Denton County Public Health suggests using EPA-approved repellent. To stay cautious of these mosquitoes, be aware these animals are attracted to the following: small containers containing liquid, bodies of water, clogged gutters, and unsecured septic tank lids. For more updates and precautions on this illness, go to dentoncounty.gov. That's all I have for tonight. I'm Eva Caldera with ntTV News. Back to you at the desk.
Up next, we have fast cars and hot trucks galore at the State Fair Auto Show.
And we are happy to announce a winner to this year's Fat Bear Week.
All right, look up here. 1, 2, 3. Mom, Dad, I got it.
You're right, Mom. I have.
Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Let's get started. This is a motor vehicle. This is the blinker mechanism. To use it, push it up for the right blinker and down to go left. You're welcome. It was easy.
Well, we're just about at the halfway mark of the Great State Fair of Texas. ntTV's James Peeler drew the long straw today and is at the fair. Jimmy, it looks like you are fulfilling your need for speed. What are you up to out there?
You better believe it, Grant. Today at the State Fair, we've spent some time at the Chevrolet Ride and Drive, where you'll be able to take Chevrolet's 2024 lineup on their personal loop and give them a spin. No coupons required. So if you want to get behind the wheel of next year's cars, come on down. Grant and Isabella, I'm sure there's a set of wheels for each of you. That's all for me now. Back to y'all in the studio.
Thanks, Jim. Now it might be time for me to go get a new car. But for now, Grant, I am loving this cooler temperatures, but I could do without the rain. This wind has been insane.
Ugh, same here. It's messing up my perfect hair. It's such a pain. Let's go to our weather anchor, Cade Klein, to see if I can get any relief here. Cade?
Yeah, Isabella and Grant, we're going to get some relief. I'll have more updates on that in the 7-day forecast. But as of right now, across North Texas, we have mid-high 70s and low 80s across the board. I want to point out that Graham is still sizzling at 92. Be safe, Graham. As we look across the region map here, we're going to see more of the same. Going to have high 70s and mid 80s across the board. Again, Abilene is still not like Graham at 92. As we look toward our 70 forecast, though, as much as we need to have rain, we are not going to have it, unfortunately. From Saturday through Tuesday, we're going to have bright and sunny skies, highs in the mid-70s, and lows fluctuating between the 50s and 40s. Wednesday and Thursday is going to be a mix of sun and clouds. Wednesday, high of 82, low of 61, and Thursday with a high of 77, 57. And for Saturday night, those of you who want to see the eclipse, make sure you wear pants and a jacket because it is going to get cold. So make sure you bring the necessary clothing to keep you safe for the eclipse. That's all I have for weather today. Back to y'all at the desk.
Thanks, Cade. Now, over 42,000 people have signed up for the American Climate Corps, according to the Biden administration, and the project only started 3 weeks ago. The workforce training and service initiative's main goals are preparing young Americans for jobs that require them to work with a clean energy and protecting the environment. Restoring coastal wetlands, building clean energy projects, and forest management to help fight wildfires are just some of the jobs that the Corps will support. 20,000 people will be employed by the Corps, according to the White House National Climate Advisor Ali Zaidi, once it's finally up and running. White House data says that sign-ups for the Corps were mainly comprised of young people between the ages of 18 and 35.
It's great when young people come together, although the solar eclipse is an event where people of all ages can enjoy. From 10:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m., here is how you can watch it right here in Denton. The city of Denton is hosting a watch party at the square this Saturday. Many businesses will be selling solar glasses for $2.50. UNT's Society of Physics students are also celebrating the eclipse this Saturday on the Curry Hall lawn. Tickets are $7 a person, while glasses are free. The Ring of Fire will only cover 80% of the moon, so don't miss out on a once-in-a-lifetime event.
Last week, I told you all about my favorite week of the year, Fat Bear Week, and we finally have our 2023 champion for the fattest bear of the year. Everyone meet Grazer, the defensive mama bear who blew all of her competition straight out of the salmon-filled waters she loves to fish in. Grazer received a total of 108,321 votes, beating the runner-up by over 85,187 votes. Her first sighting was in 2005 as a young cub, and she has since raised 2 litters of cubs and does lots of fishing. Now, I personally am thrilled for Grazer and think this is well deserved.
Well, I bet that bear would have a field day at the Denton Farmers Market. It's no secret that Denton is full of local small businesses that fill the area with love and support. ntTV's Grace Grimes gives us a better look into the Denton Community Market.
Community Market is a producer-only art and farmers market located in downtown Denton. The market features live music, local artists, food trucks, kids' activities, and more.
Well, for one, I went to school out here at UNT. I love Denton. The city is just fantastic. The students from both colleges really make it flourish out here, and we really set a nice little brightness in the day.
The market helps strengthen the Denton community by providing economic opportunities to its local friends and neighbors who have smaller businesses.
I've been a member of the market for about 8 years, and I love the Denton Community Market because the Denton community that we service really embraces local creative talent. not every city has a community like this, and we're awfully special that we get to participate in this sort of environment where people will come out, support, and enjoy local music, art, artisans, bread makers, and farmers.
The Denton locals would describe the market as unique and welcoming with a family and pet-friendly environment.
So I went to TWU for my undergrad and then UNT for my graduate degree, and I just love Denton. It's definitely like a little Austin where it's like keep it weird, and I love it. Everyone's unique. Everyone is so friendly. There's no strangers here. It's just everyone is just here for each other, and having just all like the smaller shops, it's supporting local, and I love it.
If you are interested in becoming a vendor, volunteer, or performer, you can find the information on dentonmarket.org.
Up next, see how your favorite comfort food can help your mental health.
And America's hottest new sport, pickleball, comes to Denton with a big opening.
Good evening, my name is Amanda Hasbell, and I'm joining you here today in the Union Parking Garage. Today we're going to be going over how to drive safely in the parking garage. Let's go see. Oh my god, this girl just got hit by a car. Let's go see what happened. Man, are you okay? Are you okay?
Did you see that lady hit me with a car?
Yeah, we did. I got it all on video.
Oh my god.
Let's go over here and talk about how we can prevent that.
Yeah, not the hospital.
Well, right now we're going to ask you a couple questions on how we can drive safely in the parking lot. What are ways that we can be aware of our surroundings?
Oh, we can look both ways.
Jenna, also, how about putting the distractions away?
Yes, just like our phones, turning our music down, and also not focusing on our passengers.
Where can you get information on how to get a parking pass?
Transportation.unt.edu.
If you park in a garage, make sure you pay on the app or look for further instructions on how you should pay.
And remember, no pass, no park. Let's all try to keep our mean green community safe.
Remember, we're all in this together.
Drive safe.
Did you know you have access to video equipment like DVDs, video games, and cameras? That's right, you do. Come on down to Chilton Library and fulfill your media dream. Located on the bottom floor next to the student sculpture. Hope to see you there soon. Hey girl, you know you look good. I like the way you move and groove. I'm not sure.
We often overlook the fact, but what we eat has a direct impact on what we feel. Food, especially comfort food, have a unique ability to influence our mental health. ntTV's Mavis Shaw spoke to some UNT students to find out more. Let's see what she has to say.
Thanks, Grant. Today, I'm exploring a rather interesting question. How does food impact our mood? Commonly coined as comfort foods, there are certain foods which induce happiness by releasing dopamine in our body. These tend to be linked to a favorite place, person, or some other such nostalgic or positive association. I went around UNT campus asking students to tell me about their comfort foods. Let's take a look at what they said.
Favorite comfort food is mole enchiladas, and it's my comfort food because my mom always makes it whenever I'm sad or whenever I come home. And it's just delicious, and I really want it now.
My comfort food is microwave nachos. I would make it a lot like when I was at my grandparents' house. It doesn't require a lot of effort, so when I'm feeling like super anxious and I'm super stressed or busy, it's really good to have.
So my all-time favorite comfort food is peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I ate it a lot as a child, and yeah.
Peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I haven't had one of those in a long time. To the kitchen.
It's a pretty simple recipe. All you need is some jelly, peanut butter, and good hand-eye coordination. There you have it, a peanut butter jelly sandwich.
One of our interviewees, Jet, has a passion for cooking, and he's agreed to show us one of his famous recipes. Hey Jet, what are we cooking today?
Today we're making some curry.
All right, let's go on in.
Okay, so curry's one of my favorite comfort foods, and I started cooking during the pandemic, and it was one of the first things I learned how to cook. And it's pretty simple. You take potatoes, bell peppers, green onions, and some chicken. You mix it in with coconut milk, curry paste. Sometimes I put bamboo shoots in there, but can openers are a hard thing to find. And a few seasonings, and some rice, and you got yourself a piping hot meal.
Now that looks delicious. If you guys are looking for a new comfort food, maybe give this recipe a try.
Sometimes a bite of your favorite food is exactly what your mind and body needs to de-stress. So tonight, treat yourself. Well, looks like that's all I have for y'all today. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Mavish. Now that does look delicious. And after you fill up on your favorite comfort food, you might want to work off the calories. Our live reporter April Pierdant tells us about a new place to get some fun exercise right here in Denton. April?
Well, thanks, Isabella. I am here at Denton's Tennis and Pickleball Center. You may have not heard of it because it is actually not open yet. The grand opening is this Saturday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Denton Parks and Recs invites residents to come out and celebrate the opening with an official ribbon cutting. At the event, there will be free demos, food trucks, art dedication, and so much more from giveaways. So take a note. The address is 1117 Riney Road here in Denton. They will be open from Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Saturdays, they will be open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And on Sundays, they will open from noon until 5 p.m. So I'm definitely going to be there this Saturday at the grand opening because they will have free demos. As you can't tell, I will definitely need some. Well, but for now, back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, April. I'm going to have to check that out when it opens. Now, can we talk about the Rangers for a second?
Yes, we sure can. I am so excited for this very rare, might I say, Texas showdown we are about to have. I wish I could have snagged a ticket, but I think they are long gone by now.
Oh, absolutely. Now let's see if sports anchor Sebastian Nava was able to get a ticket. Sebastian?
That's right, guys. The Lone Star State is going to see its biggest battle since the Alamo. Plus, we'll talk about UNT football and the Red River rivalry game. Stick around for more after the break. One of the most exciting seasons in Rangers history is about to take another thrilling turn in the quest for the franchise's first ever World Series title. The 2023 American League Championship Series has been set, and it will be a Texas-sized battle between the Texas Rangers and bitter rivals Houston Astros for a spot in the World Series. The Rangers will be going into this series hotter than a Texas summer after sweeping through the Tampa Bay Rays and #1 seeded Baltimore Orioles to reach their first ALCS since 2011. The Evil Empire from Houston booked their spot in the series after disposing of the Minnesota Twins in 4 games to reach their 7th straight ALCS, setting a new American League record. Now, this will be the first time these two teams have met in the postseason, so be sure to have your popcorn ready for what should be one of the most memorable chapters of the Silver Boot series. This week, the Mean Green will be looking to bounce back from a tough loss against the Navy last Saturday in their American Conference debut. One of the keys to the game for UNT will be to shore up the run defense that gave up 331 yards in the loss to Navy and to limit their turnovers. UNT will be taking on the Temple Owls, who are looking for their first conference win after losing at home to the UTSA Roadrunners. This matchup looks to be a shootout, with UNT coming off a 473 offensive yard performance and a 542-yard effort from the Owls offense in their previous game. This would be UNT's first home game in the American Conference, and with ESPN giving the Mean Green a 61.7% chance of winning, it's looking to be the perfect weekend to light the tower. Kickoff is at 11 a.m. this Saturday at Datku Stadium. One of the biggest traditions of the State Fair is the Red River rivalry game between the Texas Longhorns and the Oklahoma Sooners. The hype for this year's showdown was immense, with both the 3rd-ranked Longhorns and 12th-ranked Sooners entering this game undefeated. The game turned into an offensive shootout with 1,013 yards of offense combined in this game. But it turned out to be Oklahoma's day behind a stellar performance from Sooners QB Dylan Gabriel, accounting for 396 total yards and 2 touchdowns. 2 additional rushing touchdowns from Tyree Walker was enough to give the Sooners a thrilling 34-30 win over the Longhorns. Now, with the loss to Oklahoma, Texas drops to 9th in the AP poll and faces a smaller margin of error if they want to keep their playoff hopes alive. But let's hope this isn't the only game we see against these two this season, as they are both the favorites to appear in the Big 12 championship game in December here at AT&T Stadium. Now, with games like the Cotton Bowl Classic and the Red River Shootout, sports are one of the biggest attractions at the State Fair. But our live shop reporter James Peeler says there is even more to that at the State Fair. It's a real dose of American history. Jimmy, what do you got for us?
Thanks, y'all. There are a number of things that turn 110 years old this year. Richard Nixon, Rosa Parks, the U.S. Post Office doing parcel deliveries, and our very own State Fair Auto Show. But this historic event isn't just about blasts from the past, but seeing the future. And here at the Chevrolet Ride and Drive, it's here. Next year's Chevy models are being previewed and test driven as we speak. They've got Silverados, they've got Tahoes, they've got Camaros, and they've got Corvettes. And they're here for you to drive today. The track is open during the week from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. and during the weekend from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. and it all closes down October 22nd. That's all from me. Back to y'all at the desk.
Man, those sound really nice. I have a 2020 Challenger and all those just put it to shame.
Do you think they'd let me drive one?
Possibly, yeah, I think so.
I might have to go check that out.
Thank you for watching ntTV Nightly News.
Join us again next week here on North Texas Television.